I'm in the middle of nowhere, central Nevada. I'm in a special canyon checking out a geologic anomaly. Come along with me as I show you this fascinating place. Greetings! As I said, I'm in the middle of nowhere. This place is known as Buffalo Canyon. And unless you know how to read a topographic map, you're not going to find this on your standard map. I discovered this area about 25, 26 years ago. I was just looking for some old mining camps, and then I stumbled on this geologic formation that's behind me, this Badlands looking rock, and remembered back to reading a science magazine previously, and it was talking about a geologist from some university. I can't remember his name, can't remember his university, but he was picking around in this area, and he had discovered a prehistoric river delta. And suddenly it dawned on me, this has to be what he was looking for, or what he had found, because this entire area has basalt. And then here is this narrow stretch of land that has this sedimentary rock. So I am going to come and pick around this area and show you some of this stuff and show you why it is most likely a prehistoric river delta. Now, I don't really know anything about the guy that lived here, but I do know what he was here for. And I'm going to get to that in a little while. But first of all, I'm going to give a tour of this cabin. Okay, I'm going to come in over on the side over here. There's something I'll show you over here. Okay, there's not much left to it now, but this guy actually had a working shower, which is really rare in these old mining camps. Yeah, the floors are not in great shape. It's like not much left to the kitchen, but there's a little bit. You know, there is the sink in the cupboard here. The floor is rotting away. Okay, and
Not sure how much you're gonna see of this. Had some shelves in here. This would have been his living room. You can see he took an old drum, turned it into a wood stove. See that a lot in these mining camps. The wind's trying to kick up. I can hear it messing with the sheet metal roof here. It sounds unnerving, but it should be alright. And then finally his bedroom. Mattresses and box spring are just long since gone, if it even had a box spring. Closet, some shelving. Yeah, a lot of rodents and birds are using this as their home. As despite the roof slowly coming apart, it is still a decent shelter for an animal. Alright, so I'll show you some stuff outside now. Here's the reason why he built the cabin here instead of closer to his mine. Water. And not to mention the fact that these basalt formations look pretty cool too. You can see what's left of a dam right here. He had dammed up this creek. And then right here in the middle, we can see where the dam broke. Let's see if I can get around to this. I'll show you the other side of what's left of the dam. Bouncy, bouncy. There's what's left of it there. And I love these basalt spires. There's a trail here, but it's getting really badly overgrown. And the BLM came up here a few years ago and cut a new trail, but yeah, nobody uses it except me apparently, and it's getting all overgrown. And the road coming back here is getting really bad. There's that road. That's about the limit of what my truck can do, so if that gets any worse, I don't see myself coming back up here.
So here is his mine, and this is what he was mining: bentonite. See if you can hear this. It sounds kind of like porcelain. It's very, very light, kind of like pumice, but it's not. This is sedimentary rock. It's part of that formation that I was telling you about, that prehistoric river delta. Now, millions of years ago, the coastline for the Pacific Ocean used to be in this area. And this river was coming from someplace back east. That geologist I was telling you about, whose article I read, he took some of these soil samples back to his university and looked at them under a microscope. And he could find grains of sand that came from West Texas. So at some time in the past, a mountain, possibly the Guadalupe Mountains, had a river that was draining this way. Now, this would have been before the Rocky Mountains formed, so this would have been prior to 70 million years ago. And the ichthyosaurs at the Berlin Ichthyosaur State Park are near here, and if I remember right, that dates back to about 140 million years when those dinosaurs beached themselves on the coastline. So all of that makes sense now, that this could have been a river delta at that time, and it could have drained from West Texas until the Rockies formed, and then after that, a lot of these sediments probably came from those somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. But I'm not a geologist, so don't go thinking that I am. I'm just telling you what I do know. I'm just an amateur at this. I'm hoping that a geologist actually looks at this and can give some comments below and possibly get in touch with me to find out some more about this. This stuff is absolutely fascinating.
Upon further research, volcanic ash is also part of the process of making bentonite. And then bentonite is also used for easing diarrhea, making shampoo, lotions, toothpastes, and dietary supplements. And further up the road, here we have the Highland Mine. I don't really know anything about this. My books don't tell me anything about it. I don't know what they were mining or who lived here.
Yeah, I wanted to show this place where I'm camped out at. And there's a little bit of historical value to this. This road back here is part of the original Lincoln Highway, which was the first transcontinental highway. At the time that the road was completed, people that were traveling across country on the Lincoln Highway, they needed rest stops. Because the vehicles at the time were not moving very fast, as top speed was 25 miles an hour, and most of the Lincoln Highway was in pretty bad shape. They were just dirt trails, basically, and so they couldn't even move top speed going across. So the Lincoln Highway Association came out and built road stops, or little roadside rest stops, let me put it that way. Because people did not have a lot of inns along the way, and most people were just camping out, either sleeping in their vehicles or they'd brought tents along with them. And that is what happened. They had these rest stops so that the people could stop for the night. Because when you're only moving at about 10 to 25 miles an hour, there are not many places to stop. Okay, I've got these bats that are coming out now. I'm hoping to catch some on video here. There we go. That's pretty cool. He moves. They move pretty good, don't they? Very agile. He's coming close to my head here. Well, I hope that part with the bats turned out okay. Hey, I guess I'll find out when I download it onto the computer and start editing. But yeah, that's pretty cool that the bat did not care that I was standing there and just come right up and flying right by, looking for dinner, I would imagine. And yeah, there are some mosquitoes out, and that's their favorite food. But that's it for that Buffalo Canyon area. Yeah, very interesting place. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, take care.